Namaste, everyone. Welcome. Welcome back to yoga. And just to let you know, today's class is going to be a little bit of foot stuff and balance stuff. So start standing just for a moment, okay? And have your feet about hip width distance apart. And if you have a dog or cat that's kind of like pushing you over, you may want to just gently tell them to not do anything, okay? So just to check in, put your hands on your hips and just come to whatever tree you want to come into. So you may just do a kickstand, or try and come up to like your calf, or even just lift your knee up. And just, it doesn't matter which leg you start with, but just for a moment, starting the class, just becoming aware of how you're balanced on that particular standing leg. Okay, and then come down, right? No judgment on it. Okay, and now move to the other side, and then come to your tree or whatever it is. And remember, you don't want to put it on your knee, you want to put it on your calf. And just become aware of how that leg is, right? And then come on back down, okay? Just pause for a minute. All right, now let's come down to the floor. And just for a quick moment, we will come back to that, knowing how, like, just starting off without warming up, checking in with how our balance is doing. It's kind of an interesting thing as we go along, and maybe you'll find some wonderful things without getting like all caught up in thoughts like, I can't do this, I can't do whatever. It's not about that. It's about trying and just being and having fun and knowing that you're doing it and you're trying, and pat yourself on the back. Okay, come to a seated position. Make sure your spine is long. Close your eyes for a moment and take a nice big inhale and exhale. And then, of course, notice how you're doing. Like, notice what thoughts are coming in, and see if you can just become present, just like you had to do when you stood on a foot. You couldn't really think about anything else about that foot holding you up, right? And then open your eyes, and let's reach our arms all the way up. And then bring an arm down and go to the side and just hold that side for a moment. And then come on back up and go over to the other side. And always check in and be like, yep, this side's a little bit more groovier than the other. Trying not to use any kind of negative words, but just being aware. And then we're just going side to side. And then one more time, just side to side, just getting that upper body going. One more time, over. And then keeping your arm up, then take your right arm, this might be your left, to your left knee, twisting around for a moment, relaxing the shoulders, breathing. And then come on back up, and then switch sides. Left hand goes to right knee, feeling that good twist around. And then come on up and clasp your hands behind you. Open up the chest. Don't stick your chin way up like that, but you can look up, okay? But make sure it's not like really, we don't want to do anything to the cervical spine. This is more about a chest opener. And then come around and round your back. Maybe clasp your hands and put your palms towards the TV, the monitor, or the whatever you're using. So you're rounding your back. And then come on up and let's just roll our shoulders up, back, down, and around, getting rid of any kind of tension. And then go around in the other direction. Okay. All right. So, by the way, if you have a block, that'd be great to have nearby. If not, it's okay. Okay. So, bring your legs out into a nice V. I'll move back so you can see me a little bit. And keep your spine as long as possible. You can put your hands behind you. We're going to do more feet stuff. So you're in a nice V. Now point and flex your feet. Just point and flex. So I say feet. I'm talking about ankles too, because that's kind of important to hold us up. So just keep pointing and flexing. We're starting to warm that up and being aware of it, aware of how our ankles can go forward and back. Okay. And now, okay, this is kind of interesting. You're going to move your ankles like in. Okay, so like here's your ankles and you're moving them in and then you're moving them out. It's kind of like a satellite dish. So your toes are definitely going to get into it. I always use my hands, by the way, to kind of get into it. And you may feel even your thighs are working it, but really focus on moving the bottoms of your feet in and then move them away. And it's really a movement of the ankle in and away. So getting those little tendons and muscles going a little bit in and away. Okay. Now bring your legs forward. So this is kind of interesting. All right. We're going to do a wave with our foot. So a wave, like you can, and I'm going to use my hand. Like you see how you can do a wave with your hand, right? Take your right foot and cross it over. Okay. So this is my right foot. It might be your left foot. And then you're going to do a wave. And I use my hand too. So crunch your toes down and then wave it up. Okay. So you're it's not going to be a perfect wave like your hand. Okay. But just wave it down and up. And so you're kind of, it's kind of a mechanical wave that's probably going on with your foot, but get the ankle and really be aware of how going down and up and the bottom of your foot is crunching in and then you're opening your toes up, down and up. Okay. And again, you can use your hand, your opposite hand to do it. I have to do it because it's that whole mind thing. Okay. All right, here we go. So wave with the other hand, right? So you're crunching your toes. You're doing a wave with your toe, with your foot. Open it up and really get into it. Spread those toes when they come up, and your hand's getting a workout too. But it's really about, and it's funny, if you take your hand away, it's like, gets a little interesting how the mind works, right? Down and up. All right, let's come around to tabletop. Okay. So let's just this is kind of interesting too, to do with cat cow. Again, keeping with the brain thing. So when you're in cow, curl your toes under. Okay. So you're dropping your belly down towards the floor. Okay. And when you come up to cat, bring the tops of the feet to the floor. Okay. So curl your toes down into cow. So you're dropping the belly, crown of the head to the top, tops of the feet to the floor, into cat, and then curl your toes, right? And then round your back. Isn't this kind of interesting? And then curl your toes. It's definitely a lot of mind stuff, but we're doing all kinds of fun stuff. Down. Okay. Here we go. So curl your toes under, okay, into cow. Bring your tops of your feet to cat and then move your hip over towards the left heel, okay? And just hold that nice stretch there for a second. And then come on back up. Curl the toes up. Tops of the feet to the floor, and then move your hips over to the right. So I'm getting a little bit of warm up everywhere, okay? Again, curl your toes. Tops of the feet, left side, stretching. Come on back up. Curl the toes, tops of the feet, and back. Okay. And then come on back up. Now, if you want to join me here, it's cool. Or if you don't want to, I understand too. Curl your toes up and maybe walk your hands back and sit back on your heels. Now, some of you may be even leaning forward on this. That's all right. I have been working on this for years. This is a great stretch for the bottom of your foot. You know, some of you may be saying uncle. And I know a lot of you, when I did live classes with you, had no problems doing this, which is really wonderful. All right, come on back down. Okay, keep your toes curled under, and we're going to come into our first downward facing dog. So lift the sit bones up. Okay, hold out there for a moment. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Okay, now this is a little different too. Walk your hands back to your feet. Okay, hang out there. Your feet are hip width distance apart. Bend your knees. Okay, definitely bend your knees. Now, if your hands are not to the floor because they're not down there, certainly get blocks for this next part. Some of you may not even be down a little bit. You may just be halfway up. So maybe get near a wall, and you'll understand what I'm talking about in a second. So keeping your heels down and your bottoms of your feet down, bending your knees, walk your hands as forward, okay? When your heels start to want to come up, that's when you're going to stop. So keep the heels down. Some of you may be flexible enough to come even more forward. That's cool. This is where I'm at. I never could put my heels down to do a perfect down dog. Again, there's no perfect down dog, but you know what I'm saying. All right, and then walk your hands back and just pause for a moment. And then let's walk again forward. Again, keeping those heels down. Excellent stretch in those calves. I hope you're feeling this beautiful. And then walk your hands back. And one more time, we'll do it again. Walk forward. Hold it there, feeling the great stretch. Be really noticing how you have to push those heels back. And then when you're ready, just come on down to a child's pose. And you can bring your tops of your feet to the floor and take a breather. Nice big inhale. And exhale. All right, come on up to tabletop, and we're just going to do lunges from here. So take your left foot, bring it between your hands, okay? Low lunge. Climb up that left knee. Make sure the knee is over the ankle. Just getting a good stretch here. You can bring your arms up. Just want to make sure our hip flexors are stretched out. Breathing in. And then bring your hands back down for a moment. Pause for a minute. You know what we can do here? Bring your fingertips around the opposite direction for just a minute. Getting a stretch in the forearms, okay? Just for a second. And then switch them around again. And let's just bring the right knee between our hands, okay? Climb up. Inhale up. Feel the stretch for just a moment, really feeling where the upper body on the left side is connecting with the leg down there. Definitely want to stretch that out because I know a lot of us are sitting a lot these days. Okay, hands down to the floor. Come back into tabletop. Curl your toes under. Downward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale. Yes, your heels may not be touching the floor, but they might be a little closer, right? All right, walk your feet behind your hands. Hang out into the forward fold, okay? Hands to your knees. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. Bend your knees and let's stand all the way up. Reach up, reach up, reach up. Hands in the prayer heart center. Okay. So if you have a block nearby, that's cool. If not, it's all right. You can still do this. You may also want to be near a wall, a table, something to help you balance, okay? Take the block long way between your ankles, okay? All right, and you can touch the wall for this one. It's okay. So lift your toes up. And then come on up on your heels. Now, I know I've done this a million times with you without the block, but it's interesting to go back and forth while you're squeezing the block, okay? Just keep squeezing, coming up and down, really becoming aware of that whole bottom of the foot. And also, again, I keep forgetting to mention the ankle, okay? Nice ankle, getting strength on that inner side. Okay. And then come on back down and then just move the block to the side. We're going to come back to it. Okay. I'm going to center your mat and then bring your legs nice and wide. Okay. And make sure if you have socks on for this, you may slide a little bit. So be careful doing this. Okay. So aware of pressing the outside of the feet, inside of the feet. Bend your right knee, or this might be your left, okay? Pushing the left side of the foot down, okay? And then come on back up. We're just going to keep going back and forth just so you get used to pressing down on that left foot, okay? It's just like we're in a warrior two stance, okay? Keep pressing. We're going to add on in a second, okay? So the next time we're going to come down, we're going to take this right leg, or this might be your left. You're going to come up, cross it over front like you're sitting. And it's a little curtsy thing. And keep that left foot or right, the one that's in the back, really grounded. And then we're going to go back and forth. So down. And if you need to that's okay. Okay. And notice that balance, you know. It's kind of an interesting workout to bring the right leg over the back leg or whatever it was. You can just slowly go back and forth, okay? And really press that left foot down, if that's your left foot, down. And then come on back, okay? Other side, okay? So now we're bending down this leg. It's not been being lazy though, okay? It's still pushing down. And you're using the outside of that ankle to really push down too. It may not have a big sensation like the foot, but be aware of it. Okay. Down. Okay, here we go. And now, cross over, right? Come on over. And I say because it just the initial one, if you can bring your foot all the way up and over, great. If not, just move the foot, the foot that's crossing over. Just use it as a balance, but be aware of that back leg really rooting in. Okay, awareness. All right, and down. One more time. Okay, all the way around. Come back to center, pause, feel the bottoms of your feet. Okay, coming to the front of the mat. Now, we're going to kind of repeat what we did last week to see how well the balance is going, okay? So bending your knees a little bit, let's take the left leg back into a high lunge. So get your balance. So yep, it's that right foot, okay? You're going to kind of bend a little bit forward. Lift off on that right leg, bring the left knee up, and then bring it down. Okay, other side. Okay, step the right foot back into a high lunge, get your balance. Okay, what foot is going to hold you? That left foot, right? Lean forward, lift the right knee up and off. You take flight, come on down. Okay, ready? Left foot again. Going back, gingerly, leaning forward. Some of you may want to come up into warrior three. And then when you're ready, lift the right knee up, left knee up and back down, okay? We're doing this really slow so that you can not only, right knee goes back, not only keep your balance on the left foot or the front foot, but being completely aware of the breath. All right, warrior three if you want to. Right knee up and down. Let's do it again, okay? Stepping the left foot back, high lunge, so come up to center. You're not leaning forward the whole time. You're coming up to center. And if you're using your arms, that's cool too. but because I'm kind of focusing on the foot, I'm not doing it. Okay, right leg goes back, step it back, come up into the high lunge. Yeah, you're getting good at this. Fold forward, lift off, maybe warrior three. Right foot up and down, and pause. Notice the bottoms of your feet. Notice the ankles holding you up, right? Okay, moving on. Stepping the left foot way back. We're going to come into warrior three. So this is my right knee. Going over the front of my foot. It's not going in. If it is going in, move your feet in a little closer. Okay, but we are going to do a little dynamic kind of warrior three triangle. So hold your arms out like warrior three, hold it there, and then lengthen the front leg. Bring your arms up and then take that right arm, or this might be your left, and tilt down into triangle. Okay, and then come on back up, arms out, warrior two. Watch that the knee's not going in, but it's going over the center of your foot. Come on up. Right hand goes down. Come into triangle. Oops, left hand's up to the sky. Come on back up. And warrior two. Okay, what's going on with the feet? Do you have to adjust them so that you're feeling the whole bottom's holding you? Okay, I'm purposely doing this kind of upper body thing so that you can feel the movement of the foot, how it has to keep you in these particular two positions, right? And then one more time. Come on back up. Bring your arms up. Bring your feet forward. And we're just going to switch over to the other side. So warrior two on the other side. Okay, line yourself up. Okay, lengthen up and then tilt down. And you don't have to go far. Okay, and then I'm not giving you all the instructions of bend the knee, of watching that you don't keel in. You don't want that top arm going down. You want to open up when you come into triangle. You should know that. Warrior two, okay. Come on up and then all the way over. What's going on with the feet? Are you curling them? Are you trying to get really rooted down? Are you feeling the energy going all the way up and down your feet? And then come on back up. Put your hands on your hips, wide angle. And as a matter of fact, while we're in wide angle, let's try it. So hands on your hips and then just slowly fold forward. Slowly, slowly, slowly. If you need a block or a chair to get your hands down there, but notice, okay, outside of the feet, really rooted down, okay? Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Walk your hands over to the right. This might be your left. You can take your left hand and grab the outside of the left ankle. By doing something like this, you might notice that you have to really root that right foot in a little bit. The right arm can go up to the sky if you want, doing a twist, holding yourself nice and balanced here. And then bring your hand back down. Walk over nice and slow to the other side. And you don't have to do this part. So now I'm going to take the right hand is grabbing the outside of the left ankle. Left arm goes up to the sky. Press the toes in, press the heel in, because this is a little awkward off balance thing, right? And then come on back down, nice and slowly. Heel toe your feet in a little bit. Inhale halfway up, and then come all the way up. And heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Okay. You ready to try tree again? All right. I hope you do well. If not, it's okay. You're trying. Okay. Let's root the left leg. Lifting the right leg. Okay. Maybe this is where you're at. Maybe the leg comes out to the side. Maybe it comes to the calf. Some of you may be even able to bring it in the upper inner thigh. Lately, that is not in my practice. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Okay. And then wherever you get there, it's really interesting to feel the current that happens when you're trying to balance. Now remember, stare at something that's not moving. That always helps. It goes back to that mind foot thing again. Remember we were doing the wave and you had to kind of use your hand? It's the same thing here. The head and foot are always connected. And if you want to, you can raise your arms up. Bring your hands back down into prayer. Maybe hands on your hips, knees forward, kick. You can wave to me with your foot and come on back down. Okay. How does that standing foot feel? Pretty warm, right? Good. Good. Okay. Other side. Lifting the leg up. Find that drishti, that thing that you're staring at that's not moving. Place your foot on your calf. Okay. Whatever works for you. That mind-body connection. Mind-foot connection we're doing here now. Mind-ankle, right? It's just these little currents that happen down there. Bring your hands back down to prayer. Hands on your hips. Knees forward. Come on back down. And pause. Right. Beautiful work. Come on up to the front of your mat. Okay. Inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale. Fly down. Okay. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. Just want to get another extra stretch in there. Come on down to child's pose for a moment. Just to take a breather. Taking a nice big inhale. And exhale, relaxing down. Maybe walk your hands over to the right. We're definitely sneaking in some extra side moves in this class. And then walk over to the other side. Your hands over, just feeling a good stretch. I'm going to get a quick sip of water. And then when you're ready, we'll take a breather and do some other parts of our bodies, shall we? Come on down to the belly. Yay. We haven't been down here today, have we? Okay. Karate chop your arms in front of you, okay? Oh, you can't, I'm going to have to move back a little bit. So I had to change things around in this. Okay. So right arm goes up to the sky, left leg. Hold it there. Okay. And come on back down. Left arm, right leg. So important to keep that whole back body strong so we can, right arm, left leg, so we can stand. Come on back down. Left arm, right leg. Hold it up there. Come on back down. I was listening to one of my favorite physical therapists who said, and I agree with him, left arm, right leg, you're going with me, probably the most important muscle to keep strong, well, they're all of them, of course, but the glutes, they do so much for us. And if they don't fire, that's when they don't work correctly. That's when things can start, going goofy. Right arm, left leg, down, left arm, right leg. One more time. Left arm, right leg, and then come on back down. Okay, let's do a quick locust. What do you say? Tops of the hands to the sides of the mat, down by your sides. Okay, lift your collarbone, lift your arms up, okay? And then maybe lift your thighs up. You're probably feeling the glutes fire up. You want them to, right? Keep holding. Make sure your chin is a little bit tucked. Opening up the chest, right? And then stack your hands. Rest down. Bend your knees and do a real slow windshield wiper if you want. back and forth, just loosening up anything that might have gotten goofy. Okay, so we're going to do something a little different. You're going to flip around. We're going to do a reverse tabletop. Okay, so however you want your hands, sometimes people like them this way, sometimes people like them away, whatever works for your wrist, okay? And you may adjust them, that's okay. There's no right or wrong, it's whatever fits you. But again, we're going back to the feet. So we're rooting our feet down, right? And we're going to lift off into reverse tabletop, right? And then you're going to move towards your glutes, your upper body, towards your heels, okay? And right where the heels want to take off, that's where you're going to stop. And then come on back down. We're just going to go back and forth. So lift off. Really press those heels back, keeping those feet down, and come on back down. Real slow. Inhale up. Yep, getting a little bit of a leg workout, arm workout, but we're really trying to focus on keeping those feet really rooted, okay? And then come on back down. And pause, right? Nice big inhale and exhale. All right, I'll swing around to the front. Okay, point and flex. Let's point and flex our feet. How are they doing? They feeling really groovy? I actually wanted to throw in another one of those blocks with the standing and the toes and everything, heels. Do that occasionally, and you might get a better alignment. I don't know. I'd like to hear how it works for you. Okay, inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Does not matter. Does not matter how far you come down or whatever. Just feel a nice stretch in that lower back. Nice big inhale and exhale. Come on back up. Okay, soles of the feet together. We were doing some inner thigh stuff, so we'll stretch it out a little bit. You can butterfly if you want. Okay, fold forward a little bit. And just feel that nice big, ooh, yeah, that feels really good. So I'm going to go into pigeon, but I also want people to be aware if they can't do pigeon to do the figure 4 on your back, okay? I will demonstrate. All right, come on up. Come on back around to tabletop. Come into a downward facing dog. Okay, so pigeon is when we bring the leg up this way, okay? Like it comes towards the front of the mat. If you can't do that, flip around and do figure 4, okay? So that's crossing your leg, doing things, okay? Whatever works for you, what is right for you. I can't see you, so I don't know if you're going to strain yourself or anything. Okay, down dog, left leg up, bring the left knee to the left elbow, take that left foot towards the left wrist, okay? And, you know, the left foot is just going towards the right side of the mat, okay? I start with my right foot curled under in the back so that I can keep my leg long, right? For those on the back, cross your left leg over your right knee, okay? Thread your needle or not, whatever works for you today. For those doing pigeon, you can flatten the top foot down, okay? And really feel that top foot down. And I'm staying up here for a moment because you want to do this nice and slow, okay? And breathing in, and obviously you're feeling it in that left hip, right? And then when you're ready, if you want to, this is all options. This is not like you have to do it. You can come down to your elbows. Some of you may have already flopped down onto your chest. That's okay, but be mindful while you're going down, okay? Just be really mindful. I love doing this nice and slow so that you're not missing out on that onion being peeled of all the juiciness of your stretching your hip, which is for all of us, I believe, is tight. So just keep that in mind. And then, of course, if you want to go all the way down, that's fine. And just breathe into it. Now, for those super duper duper ones that really want to push themselves, and I don't mean super duper in a sense, I'm just saying this is a little bit extreme, okay? Come on back up. You bend the right leg, take the left arm and reach around and grab the ankle. It's just an extra stretch. You don't have to do this, okay? It's just a little addition. It's a deep one. I don't recommend it if you can't get up there at all. Go down and do boat, right? Or excuse me, bow, okay? And then come on back down. All right, we're going to come back into downward facing dogs. For those that are doing figure 4, just uncross your legs. And then notice how that left hip feels, right? Okay, how are the feet feeling, right? All right, right leg comes up, right knee to right elbow. Right foot goes towards the left side of the mat. Adjust yourself as needed, keeping the left toes curled under first, okay? So that the left leg is going straight behind you. It's not going to the side. And then when you're ready, bring the top of the foot to the floor. Those doing figure 4, you know to cross the right leg over the left knee. You can either thread your needle or just keep it down. Maybe gently press at the right thigh, okay? And just we're just letting this kind of all just open up. By becoming mindful of gently going into these deeper poses, you're doing not only a benefit for keeping yourself from getting a little bit extra strained, come on down to your elbows, but it's kind of a symbol for your life. You know, do you really want to rush into things before enjoying it? It's the journey that matters, right? And keep breathing. You can come all the way down if you want. Feel that right hip really just saying thank you very much, right? And then when you're ready, come on back up. Come on into dog. For those that are on a figure 4, just stay on your back. Okay, bring your soles of your feet down to the floor. Everybody feel how that right hip feels. All right, and then for those that are in down dog, let's come over to our right side. Okay, for those that are in tabletop, come to your right side. Okay, I want to get a little bit of our side stuff. So lots of options here. So you're up on your right elbow. You can bend your knees or you can keep the legs long. Make sure your hips are stacked. The left hand is down in front of you and just lift up and down, okay? And lift up and down. Now, some of you may be able, when you come up, to lift up and lift the leg up and down. This may not be in your repertoire today. That's okay. The idea is just to lift up and down. We've stretched it, so let's strengthen it, right? Those sides need to keep us going too, to help balance, right? And one more time, maybe hold it up. Maybe bring the arm up if you want. Maybe bring the leg up. Okay, come on back down. And then just hold it down with this stretch. Everything's down and you're feeling a whole side stretch on your right side. And then we'll just switch on over to the other side. So stack your hips. Again, you can do this with your knees bent. It's a little bit harder when your legs are longer. And then lift up and down. And really, isn't it interesting how the sides, we forget about our sides. We got to work our sides. Lift it up and down. Lift up and down. Feeling that. Being mindful of keeping it stacked up and down. And maybe come up this time. Hold it up. Lift the leg up if you want. You bring the arm up if you want. And then come on down and now hold the stretch. So now you're getting a nice side stretch on that left side. Ooh, that feels good, huh? After doing that. Okay. All right, come on back around. For the heck of it, let's do a quick boat. Okay, lean back. Maybe bring your legs up. Maybe your hands are back here. Maybe you're elongating, but we're saying, okay, beer belly. No, I stopped drinking beer. Anyway, hold yourself up. Let's say hello to those abs, right? Oh, I love this quivering. All right, feet back down. And then slowly roll yourself all the way back down. Okay. Okay. Sole of the feet. So your feet are really revved up now. Don't forget about that head-feet connection, right? So the feet are really rooted. Lift up into a bridge. You can grab the sides of your mat. You can robot your arms. You can clasp your hands underneath. But feel the feet really pressing down. And then also how you're engaging your glutes, right? Yep. And then slowly, 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 come on back down. Whew. Bring your knees into your chest. Hug your knees into your chest. Maybe rock a little gently side to side. Yep. Okay. And then bring the soles of your feet to the floor. Tee your arms out. Okay. Drop your knees over to the right and just stay there for a moment. Again, getting a good stretch. Spinal twist. And then come on back up. Go on over to the other side. And feel, just like, wow. Again, everything is just opening up and stretching and coming down because we're getting close to Shavasana. Don't leave me in Shavasana. And then come on back up. Straighten your legs. Arms down by your sides. Palms facing up. And just let go. And see if you can focus on your breath, on your anchor. Whatever the anchor is. The anchor might be your whole body melting into the earth, your glutes, or it is something like your breath, which I find the most easiest to come back to. And notice when your thoughts start noodling somewhere else other than right here and right now and what you're doing. Become aware of it. We are kind of wired to do that. That's just what our brain does. But the more that we become aware of not being present or noticing some kind of worrisome thought that becomes a repetitive, it might dissipate if you become aware of it and let it go and come back to your anchor, whatever that is. I will recommend that you can certainly stay here for as long as you like 10 minutes would be great. If not, start wiggling your fingers and toes. Notice how more aware you are of your toes. And when you're ready, roll over onto your right side and just stay there for a moment. And when you're ready, come on up into a seated position. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Just to begin to let the blood go correctly from laying down. Bring your hands into prayer. And inhale compassion to yourself. And exhale compassion to the world, right? Namaste, or should I say nama foot stay, right? Because we work the foot. Anyway, have a wonderful day or night or wherever you're watching this. And thanks for coming.